I'm a farmer, and my brother, who's a capitalist with a heart of gold, is in visiting Chicago. And it's our youngest brother's birthday, so this is his birthday gift.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. David, your grandfather owned a shoe store. He had bins full of pretzels in their natural rod form and bootleg cartoon characters painted on the wall, because little Capizios made flat-footed babies cry like bitches. Your grandmother ran a shoe store. She signed words like wifey without any sense of irony and let no one see her with her hair down. She schemed with her sister to lie about their ages by 10 years because, goddammit, she looked too good to be 50, because, oh, Grammy? And who needs Social Security when you've got good business sense and your tante's chopped liver recipe from the old country? Your grandfather ran a furniture store. He didn't want to, but he ran a furniture store. His wife's brothers embezzled and sold off and spent his vaudeville dreams, but he memorized over 1,272 good, clean jokes and ran a furniture store. Your grandmother smoked and waited 9 years to marry your grandfather. She bragged to you in high school that she never once had sex, not once with him in all those 9 years, not once, not like you, not like today, never once, didn't even think about it. And she also thought a blowjob was the layman's term for fallopian tube aeration. It is the truth. And your grandfather opened mouths and he pulled back tongues so he could rest, knowing that all kids who entered his store got an equal start on their first steps. And your grandfather's son turned off Married with Children again and again because it portrayed a bad image of fathers and worse, a bad image of shoemen. And your grandfather's daughter maybe used belts and soap in ways that she shouldn't have. And your grandfather insisted on measuring, on checking your feet, my feet, our feet, all our feet over and over each time he saw us into our 20s, right up until he died. That one week in September, you remember that week. You heard Giuliani talk about it. And both of your grandfathers were gone fighting World War II for the first 2 years of their children's lives. And both wrote letters, and both were maybe scared, were maybe unsure, were maybe more overwhelmed by the idea of fatherhood than guns, because at least in Germany they knew what they were fighting for, because those were the days when we had answers. And your grandfather stood at Buchenwald, which is like Auschwitz for people who read more than 2 Holocaust books. And he took one picture in his uniform where our cousin's flesh burns. And he came home to tighten laces and to sell sofa sets and to work side by side with his sweetheart and to not have sex for another 9 years. And your grandfather fought for pretzel rods for everyone, and it didn't matter if you couldn't afford those shoes. And your grandfather would have given ottomans for free if not for his in-laws. And your grandmother called him dear, and your grandfather called her dear, and they worked together every day, and they were together every day, and they sang songs with no words, but they understood. And he bent over her body crying, dear, dear, goodbye, my sweetheart. And your grandfather said, you're so negative sometimes I forget why I married you. And your grandmother said, see, I told you you had Alzheimer's. And he sang to her, baby, it's cold outside in Florida. And she called him Mendel as she plotted eating half of his cheesesteak without having to take any more insulin. And your grandfather outlived his sweetheart by 11 years. And your grandmother outlived her Mendel by 5 years. And these are the men that you come from. And these are the women, the ones who knew how to walk and sit and shoot and wait for 9 years and manage and can. And your 30-year-old ass has already worn through too many recliners. And your 30-year-old feet have already scuffed up too many saddle shoes.
30! Live with passion, they say, but now you know there are nights of passion, there are crimes of passion. When you're halfway to Mexico, hog-tied in the trunk, you know damn well it's a crime, David.
It's a crime.
At 30, you stand atop a mountain and peer at your defiant self below. Continue climbing, cleanse your past falls, wash away the dirt. Mistakes and successes are made out of the same grit, my sweet dear brother Numsi. May the gravity of ambition pull your lifelong pursuits. When you find yourself tripping over yourself, be sure to step over yourself. And lick away the lust dripping from the veneers of others' expectations and sunk deep into willful flesh, my brother, 'cause to self, you are the honey badger of resilience. Feel real good, put more F-U into fun. Time is the asset ticking off liabilities, monster talk. Proposition the future, it's X, X, X. And you must grab the hips of hell's rearing hips. 'Cause truly, truly, this year know what it means to be 30, my dear sweet brother Numsi. The international direct dial for phone calls to Greece, 30.
Hello.
Minus one of the flavors of Baskin and Robbins, 30.
Delicious.
You have reached the minimum age to run for U.S. State Senate, 30.
Get on it.
Walk along the highway from Oregon to Jersey,
Don't go there.
30. It's an age when we're told not to trust anyone.
Don't do it.
The atomic number of zinc.
I can't prove that.
It's a crucial time in a man's life at which he gains a new awareness for the meaning of time.
Because you are sitting and walking and sitting and walking on acid and feet from these women and men. And baby brother, you are hitting this decade with the power of that fake-ass version of a probably Daffy Duck. Pulling a covered wagon full of ghosts and candy on a train track of pretzel rods. Thank you.